Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap podcast coming to you in your ear holes.
Not live.
Not live. I always want to say live, but it's like, no, it's not live. I am your host, Stefan.
I'm your host, Martin.
And we got some beers to review.
Yeah, you have a treat for me.
I do. I went on to the McKellar web shop, and they had a release of 4 beers from a brewery that neither one of us had heard of or tried, from the UK, from Waterbeach, somewhere in the United Kingdom, called Pastore Brewing and Blending Limited. And these are all sour beers.
Nice.
So they had the 4-pack had 4 beers. There were 2 kind of low ABV, somewhere around 3.8, 3.9, and then the other 2 were around 6-7%.
Yep.
So they do kind of these kind of nice, fun, low ABV beers, but they also do kind of the higher ABV beers as well. I don't know if they only do sours or if they have a whole line. I haven't done that kind of research.
No.
But all of these were some sort of Blender Weiss style beers fermented with Horndal. What's it called?
What?
What's that word? Is it called Kviek or Kviek or
Kviek?
Kviek. I can never remember how it's pronounced. Kviek.
Hornindal Kviek.
Yeah, Hornindal Kviek and Lactobacillus.
Yeah.
This one, the first one we're going to try is called Blood Orange Waterbeach Weisse, and it has been conditioned on 200 grams of blood orange. Tasting is bright, fresh, citrus, tart, dry, and crisp. Nothing special about the ingredients. And it was canned. Alcohol is 3.8%, and it was canned in February of 2021.
Before we dive into it, I want to give our listeners, maybe we've told it before, I want to give them a little insight into yours and my beer life.
Yes.
So now we're at your place, and whenever I arrive here, Stefan usually lets me open his beer fridge, and I look inside and I go, "What's that? What's that?" Because he usually keeps, it's not secretive, but he doesn't always tell me in advance what he's gotten. So it's always like I'm a kid at Christmas.
Well, to be fair, I don't always know what when you're going to be popping around.
Exactly,
so it's not always. I don't always know what I'm going to have in the fridge.
Of course, I mean this is a good thing. So for these Pastore, I was like, what are those?
I know. Here's a fun thing. So I wonder if Pastore has some sort of collaboration or connection to a Danish brewery, because they've got the Danish importer on the side here. That's why I originally said I think they're from Denmark, because the importer information was easier to find than the brewery information. But I also noticed that their label is in Danish as well as in English, which is very strange for a UK brewer to have included Danish on the label. Because under the ingredients, those are in Danish, and also the best before is in Danish, which is October 21. Because I don't know why you had to put the best before date in English and in Danish. It's kind of weird.
We're more used to labels being in Swedish as well, because Systembolaget is such a big importer. Systembolaget usually requires. Yeah. So it's not a rule, but I think it's recommended that you include some Swedish labeling. So it's not so uncommon for breweries to make a special label batch for the Swedish market. And I guess they've done the same for the Danish market.
Yeah, the artwork is done by Sam Griffiths. You can find him on Instagram at Donkey Dasher.
Oh.
I'm almost afraid to go on his Instagram page. All right, well, let's try this one out.
Yeah, it's kind of orangey, cloudy.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, if you didn't know at first, I would say, oh, it's probably some sort of apricot fruited, because it's very, very light in color and kind of has that apricot look to it. But it smells
kind of fruity, tangy, a little bit farts almost.
Actually, kind of smells like Tang. I don't know if you've ever had Tang.
Orange juice.
No, tang is like it's like an orange. It's like an orange powder you mix into water. It's what astronauts drink.
Oh.
Yep. All right. Cheers.
Let's try this astronaut drink.
Wow. It's light. It's fizzy.
Like lemon. No, not like lemon. Like lemonade.
A little bit. It's definitely got a bit of a.
Oh wow!
A sour punch to it.
The aftertaste is very much like oranges or blood oranges. I seldom eat blood oranges, so
it's because you seldom find them in Sweden.
It's fun. I honestly don't know if I've had a blood orange sour before. Probably, but it didn't stick in my mind.
I would imagine it's probably come around at some point.
Yeah.
You don't normally eat blood oranges raw because they're really, really tart. So usually they're you put them in a marinade or you put them in ice cream or something that melds with the tartness of the blood orange.
This is really drinkable, probably because it's 3.8%.
I think this is outstanding for a low ABV beer.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of flavor. It's really interesting. It's got a nice tart punch that I wasn't expecting because some of the low ABV sours I've had in the past have been real kind of bland.
Yeah.
There's a few breweries out there that can really land those low ABV. I think The Answer out of the U.S. Richmond does amazing low ABV sours, but again, I think most of their stuff is kind of falling more into like a fruit smoothie than an actual beer. Like a fruit smoothie with a little carbonation added to it.
Definitely. The aftertaste is a lot like not orange zest, but orange rinds. Mm-hmm. That's the white stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call it the pith.
The pith.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
In the fruit industry.
Yep. Yeah.
The people in the know.
The people in the know. But yeah, this is really nice. I am quite enjoying this.
I'm digging it.
For something that feels really zippy and like has a nice carbonation to it, it isn't really showing a lot of carbonation in the glass. Like if you agitate it, it doesn't really froth up very much. And even when I poured it, the carbonation just disappeared almost immediately.
Yeah.
But tasting it, it doesn't taste like that. It tastes really light and fresh. And if you were, I think during the summer, this would be a real go-to picnic style for sure. All right, so what do you give Pastore Blood Orange Waterbeach Weisse?
I think I'm leaning towards a very strong, but a 4. But a strong 4.
I was thinking a strong 4 as well.
It's really good.
Yeah, I agree. All right, the next beer we have is also from Pastore, and it is Frutti di Bosco Acido.
Frutti di Bosco.
Yep. Same situation. It takes their basic Waterbeach Weisse, and they added raspberries, blackcurrant, and blackberry.
I like blackcurrants.
Yes. That's it. Everything else is exactly the same.
So how strong was it? Like 6?
This is 7%. This was the highest ABV of the lot.
It's deep, thick purple, red. Very purple.
This is a deep kind of almost like a magenta blood red kind of color to it.
It smells very.
It smells blackcurrant and raspberries and blackberries. This is probably going to be pretty tart.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. I love the color of this. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, I think the blood orange was tartar.
Yes.
This is a very
quite sweet,
and you really get the raspberries and the blackberries and the blackcurrant. It really feels like those fruits are coming together.
Yeah.
I know flavor wise, there are kind of a lot of similarities there. I thought this was going to be like a real sour puckering beer because of the raspberries and the blackberries,
but it's really not.
It's also very deceptive. This does not taste even close to 7%.
No, they could have been the same ABV and we wouldn't have been able to tell the difference.
Yeah, this is also extremely. I like how dry it finishes.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I've always loved currants. Red currants and black currants are so common in beer, but I seldom see white currants.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a white currant.
I mean, in real life.
In real life.
Or
even in beer.
Okay, I grew up in my parents' home. We had a red currant bush, a black currant bush, and a white currant bush.
I didn't grow up in the part of America that had currants.
Oh.
So that's one of the main reasons. Blackberries, sure. Raspberries, no problem. Strawberries, tons. Currants, not so much.
No, but you can imagine little Martin, 5-year-old Martin, going around in the... It's just such an idyllic...
Hands and face just stained red and purple from eating blackcurrant straight off of the tree.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
I
guess I have seen them before.
I'm showing Stefan a picture of white currants.
Yes, I think I have seen them before.
Just looking at these pictures make me
nostalgic for
currants. But this one has a good blackcurrant flavor. Sometimes other berries just take over.
Yeah,
that's probably when you have too little, not enough blackcurrants in the beer.
Yeah, more than likely. And I can't tell. Like, I definitely get the raspberry, and then the blackberry and blackcurrant kind of. I don't know. Maybe I don't know the flavors well enough to be able to pick them out. But I think one of them is accenting the other for sure. But man, these two beers are really quite impressive from a new brewery. What would you give?
I think I'll have
Frutti
to
di Bosco Acido.
I think I'll have to give this a strong 4 as well.
Yeah.
For slightly different reasons.
I have to agree with you. I think it's just so drinkable. It might even be a little too warm because it didn't have a huge amount of time in the fridge.
I think they're great,
but I think they're
temperatured.
Yeah, and again, 7%. You do not get that at all.
No.
You could down this and then be like, oh my god, why am I so tipsy?
The mouthfeel is a bit richer in the stronger of the two.
Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't feel like it's gonna jack you up.
These are good. It's a fun new acquaintance. Now I see that the P in Pastore is like a shepherd's staff.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably that probably means something. I mean, on the Blood Orange one, there are 2 wolves.
Yeah.
And on the other one, there's a guy with a cane riding a ram.
Yeah.
So
coming through a birchwood forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it's some kind of, I don't know. I mean, Pastore, a pastor, a Swedish pastor. Is it the same in English? Is a clergyman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like a shepherd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, metaphorically, yeah.
We'll need to research them more, but we won't put that research in the show notes.
No, we won't. That's that one bit of information is just one bit too much.
Yes.
All right, so 4 for both of these.
We recommend them.
Yes, I say if you find Pastore on the web shops, definitely pick up some. And if you're close enough to what was it called? Waterbeach in the UK, stop by the brewery. I'm sure they've got lots of other beers to try. Like I said, we got 4 different ones, and the other 2 also looked equally delicious. So you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you can find fine quality podcasts. So until next time.
Also, you can find the artist for these cans at Donkey Dasher.
That's where we're going as soon as we quit recording.
Yes, we're going donkey dashing.
Yep.
Until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.